Good morning, everybody. I want to take the opportunity to do a kit review. This is the first of 4 days off, a long weekend, much needed. Yay! Carlos has heard quite a bit about that, and he's been really supportive as I've trudged through this long and nasty month. But enough of that. So, this is not a new kit. It's not really that much of an old kit either. A lot of people have built this kit. A lot of you are familiar with it. But to my knowledge, I really couldn't find any reviews of it. And it really is a gem of a kit, and I wanted to review it. Now, I bought this kit from scalehobbyist.com, and I will be throwing a link to their website in the description, as well as some more links that I will get to. But this kit is affordable. It's like $16 US, and I think they charged me $6 or $7 to ship it. And I bought it with some other kits to go along with it. So, but enough of that. Let's get to the review. So we have the typical beautiful Tamiya box art with a Dunkelgelb and olive grün, camo pattern, kind of mid to late war, with a Wehrmacht vehicle. And I want to point out, if you look here in the side of the box, it's 1997, so guys, this kit is not this old. These molds are still relatively new, considering some of Tamiya's offerings. You'll notice on the side of the box here, this is a three-color, mid to late war vehicle. We have another picture of the vehicle here, and then a Dunkelgrau or Panzergrau vehicle on the side. So let's open up the box and take a look on the inside. Alright, here we have the instructions, and in Tamiya typical fare, nice little brief history of the vehicle. I'm not going to read that, I won't bore you with that. A nice photograph of the completed model here. So there are, let's see how many steps. Total of 13 steps. However, if you don't include the figure assembly, there are only 11 steps to actually complete the build. So pretty simple. And you'll notice the instructions are typical Tamiya fare. Really nice. There aren't too many executions that have to be performed per assembly, per step, so they keep it pretty simple for you. You'll notice that we move right into construction for suspension parts and the engine here, straight into the lower portion of the chassis with the emergency brake and the steering column and the gear selector levers. Of course, here we are doing the sides of the hull, the hood area where the spare wheel rather would attach. So as you can see, this moves along very quickly. Now we're attaching the upper components of the vehicle down to the lower chassis. These look like steering components and seat construction. Of course, it's only going to call out Tamiya colors. Cohen hates that, but I use some of the Tamiya paints. Sorry, bud, I like them actually a little bit. And so as we move on to step 6, looks like the rear deck and quarter panel. We attach the steering wheel and the dash components. And step 7 brings us to the seats and the spare tire. And as we roll over to step 8, nice, 2-piece road wheels. So this makes it easier to paint. Also, guys, this is really kind of ingenious. Hamilcar has recently done a kind of a review, not so much a review, but a discussion about a italeri kit that he's working on, where the seam lines are on the tire, on the end of the tire, making it hard to remove, and if you remove them, it removes the detail, and that's the problem he has right now. So this would eliminate that problem, because the seam line, of course, would not be visible if there is one, and it's not going to hide any detail. It's really kind of cleverly placed. It also makes it easier to paint. So I just kind of wanted to point that out. Also, this step includes for lack of a better term, a splash guard or splash plate, which goes over the engine compartment and the transmission housing. Now, this vehicle has that same 4-cylinder opposed or boxer style engine that's found on the Volkswagen Beetle. And I see there's somebody that lives in my neighborhood that has one of these. They call it the Thing in North America. It's kind of neat, but he has it painted in white. I tried to explain to him that he needed it in the Panzer Gray, but he just kind of looked at me cross-eyed. So, no, I'm kidding. Then the next step, step 9, you get to the NoTech light and the Bosch headlight assemblies. Moving right along into step 10, where you're attaching the headlights, Pioneer tools, and doors. So that's very simple. Then the cover, the canvas cover for the convertible top. Looks like you can only model it in the open position, which is fine. Windscreen or windshield attachment, and then of course the figure assembly at the end. Painting and marking guides. So we have a choice of Sturmgeschützbrigade 667 in France, summer of 1944. That looks like it's a 2-color scheme of Dunkelgelb and Olive Grün. And let's see what else we have. This is interesting. Panzer Propaganda Kompanie 697 in Russia, 1943-1944. Also a 2-color scheme, Dunkelgelb and Olive Grün. Or no, that's red-brown. That's red-brown. Sorry, my mistake. And then the last one is this XF60. That's Dunkelgelb. That's Leichte Division 999, Italy, 1943. That's dark yellow, armored dark yellow. That's weird because there's a gray version on the vehicle, yet there's no gray painting and marking information. So anyways, that's enough about the instructions. Let's go to the sprues. This won't take long, guys, because there's not a lot of sprue to it. First thing I want to show you is the hull. I don't ordinarily do this, but I took the sprues out of the bag. And really super nice, guys. Look at the detail. So this is, you're looking at the hull from the, the hull or chassis rather from the top down. You can tell obviously by the fenders. Now there are some ejector pin marks. Let's see if I can get the camera to cooperate. There we go. There are some ejector pin marks you can see here. But I think when the seats are attached, you're not going to see that. So that's a really neat idea from Tamiya's part. There's some more ejector pin marks here. You'll notice they protrude, so they could be sanded off. But there's some critical detail here. But I really think all that's going to be covered by crud once the assembly completes. So let's move over to the bottom of the vehicle. Look at the detail. Guys, this is really nice for what these kits cost. Next sprue. What we have here are seats, engine components, transmissions. Let me get the camera here to focus up for us. There we go. Check out the detail. That looks like tie rods, headlights. Not sure what those are. Toe hooks. There's the figure. Figure's not bad, but not great. The seats are really nicely detailed. Check that out. I mean, those details, that's really going to take a wash. That's going to look great after it washes. And look at the detail on the canvas convertible cover. Really nice looking seats there, too. There's the shovel. Alright, so there's that sprue. The next sprue, here we have more of exterior vehicle components, the plate sides or hull sides. Look at that, really nice rib detail. The doors, obviously, with the really nicely molded handles on that. That's pretty decent detail considering the scale. There's the front hood. Now here are the wheels. The detail is quite good. Check out the tire pattern, if you can see that or not. It's not bad. Here's the back side, so we saw that in the instructions. There's the hubs, so to speak, the back side of the hubs for the wheels. And okay, look at the exhaust. It's really small, really nicely detailed for the exhaust. There's the spare. So that's it for sprues. And there should be a clear part in there somewhere. If I missed it. Ah, here it is. Clear part. So there's the windshield. You will, of course, want to coat that in future to give it a more realistic look. I think everybody would agree with me on that. Now, I wanted to show you one other thing. Now, many times I've talked about Quick Wheel and their products, and I want to show you something else that I got from the nice folks at Quick Wheel that I'm going to use on this kit. I don't know when I'm going to get to build this, but I will build it. I have a set of resin wheels for this vehicle that they were nice enough to send me. And guys, they don't need to be cleaned up. Look at the detail. Now I want to point out the tread pattern. Look at the tread pattern compared to the Tamiya version. That compared to that, if you can see that. Now they're both pretty good. The Tamiya is actually pretty good, but this has got a more realistic tire pattern in resin. It's really nice. You can see the detail, and there's no cleanup, no seam lines. This is really nice. So I've got all 5. They include all 5. And there's the spare as well as the, you know, of course, the 4 wheels for the vehicle. And I also have the quick wheel mask for painting those road wheels. And I guess these are hubs for the wheels. I'm assuming so, anyways. But guys, that pretty much wraps up the review. I didn't want to spend too much time doing that. I hope you like the review. This is the first one I've done in full 1080p high def. So feel free to bump that resolution up there on when you're choosing your settings and your YouTube settings. I hope you enjoyed the review. I plan on doing some more because Carlos said he expected to see some videos today. So everyone, you guys have a good day, and I'll talk to you later.